this journey we'll ride, with our passion burning bright. Up in Spurs we arise, eyes on the prize, victory in sight with all our might, with all our might, with all our might.
Hi guys, and welcome to THFC Till I Die Your Home at Tottenham past, present, and of course, hopefully, an exciting future to the end of the season. And yes, guys, I know it's been a long week since you last seen me on the stream. As you can hear by my voice, I'm still under the weather, but I wanted to do this for you today, guys. For the match tomorrow, we are doing the watch along tomorrow and final score. Luckily, I think Colin joining me for that game. So hopefully now, pardon me, hopefully he will be able to take over if my voice gives out. Still not 100%. Still feel pretty under the weather, but look, it is game day and you've got to get through it. You've got to man up and get through it, as Ange would say, let's not stop this. So look, it's been an interesting week. From all perspectives, from YouTube, from the Spurs community to the news that was coming out about a potential takeover, about players coming back, the starting lineup. Of course, I have got my predicted lineup today, and where I wanted to start, really, guys, just before we get into the show and get the talk over about the takeover. Pardon me. It's about this row that's broke out between the Spurs community. And look, as you know, I've always tried to be in the middle of the Levy debate. I've always have been. I would praise him when he does well and shout at him when he doesn't. Pardon me. Yes, the last probably month or so of more Levy out. There has to be a change. I think that was more to do with not backing the manager in the transfer windows, the summer and the winter, and probably not giving them a squad big enough to deal with all the competitions. And I probably stand by that still. But everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to their thoughts and processes of how they think the club should be run. We're all fans at the end of the day. But it gets a bit personal when channels start calling other channels out, and I'm not going to get involved in that. It's not what I wanted to come into YouTube for. It's not what I wanted to start this channel for. I started this channel just because I love Tottenham Hotspur, because I love talking about my club, because I love talking about football. That's it. End off. As I said though, everyone who comes on here, either be myself or the team or guests we have on, are entitled to their opinions. And I think that's the right thing. I think it's healthy when people have their opinions aired, they're listened to, and you can have a respectful conversation on that opinion. Because football is about opinions, isn't it? It's all about, football's always been about opinions. It's never been about anything else. So look, I just want to know, I sort of want to keep away from all of that. Of course, we will discuss the matters on this channel, of course. We will discuss the takeover, if there is one, about Ange and his position, the games. Of course, we'll give our opinions. We'll give our honest opinions of where we think. But that's where we're going to be. And I think as a channel, I think that's the right thing to do. And people might have different opinions, and that's right as well, because they're entitled to their opinions. They're entitled to what they think and how they want to see the game and how they want to see the club run and how they want to see where the club goes. But I think we all need to show respect to one another. We all need to come together. And I echo what Sava said. I did watch Sava's stream, and Sava is coming on this week sometime. We're still trying to arrange it when he does come on. And he's right. We all got to come together. We all got to put past our differences. We all have to put past what we think of one another. But sometimes that's easier said than done. But look, I think for the pardon me, I think for the beneficial of the community in itself, I think there's something bigger at play here, and that is the club we love. It doesn't matter about which YouTube channel you are, or who you are and who you got a beef with. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the biggest thing is the club, and the biggest thing is we all want the same thing. We all want the best for our club. We all want our club to be successful. We all want our club to win trophies. We all want to be enjoying the fruits of seeing Tottenham being successful. That's all we want at the end of the day. And yes, there's a lot of shit at the moment. There is a lot with Ange. If he loses tomorrow, I think again, I think he will be called into question, because we're still in Europe. I think that's saving his job at the moment, personally. But look, pardon me. Look, at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to do whatever they want. And I think it's right. I think it's right. Everyone should have their own opinion. Everyone should have their own beliefs. Everyone should have their own standpoint. And we just keep doing what we're doing, which is trying to do good content for you guys, trying to do good live content or pre-recorded content for you guys, and just be who we are, which is a channel that will talk the truth. We'll give our thoughts on the matter at hand. We may disagree, we may agree, we may disagree, but we all respect each other at the end of the day, to respect the other person's opinion. And I think that's how it should be done. But look, that's all I have to say in the matter, because it did blow up the other night, and I was quite saddened by it, to be fair. I was very saddened by it. I think, look, without going too much into it, I just think it has to stop. We all have to come together, and I agree with Sava in what he says, and a few other channels as well. We have to come together. We all support the same thing, and we can't. This infighting has to stop. So look, whichever side of the fence you're on, you'll always, you're a Spurs fan, and that's the main thing. We're all Tottenham fans at the end of the day. And as I said before, on this channel, we've always tried to be fair. We've always tried to be balanced in our opinions. We've always tried to see both sides of the argument, and we will continue to do that. We're not going to go one way or the other, and we always will be fair in our opinions and honest in our opinions, and we will always be respectful of our opinions. Doesn't matter if you come into chat. Sorry, if you come into the chat and put something that you don't agree with us, that's fine. That's what it should be about. It's all about debate. It's all about opinions. Football is opinion. The day football's created was the day that football opinions were created. So that's, for me, where I stand on that. Well, let's crack on with some of the news. And did this break the other day? Now, I was hoping to do a video on this the other day, but hence, as you can hear from my voice, I haven't been that well. Now, this is from The Guardian, from Matt Laws a bit, and he said Qatari investors are interested in buying Tottenham Hotspur. Daniel Levy could be given the chance to stay on at Tottenham Hotspur by the consortium seeking to buy the club, who want to control THFC. But the proposed takeover could take the form of a phased buyout. The identity of the Qatari bidders are unclear, but we have been told are private individuals rather than government-backed Qatari Sports Investment, QSI, or Sheikh Jasmine, who I know still wants to buy Manchester United, as far as I know. That's the latest I got told on that. Look, we on this, keeping Levy in the job. As far as I know, well, this is the answer I've got, right? So I did ask the question, and our source come back with this. There is some truth in it, yes, but a takeover is complicated right now. End of season is the best to even consider movements on it. And then you read the other day, I think it was yesterday or Friday or Thursday, it came out that Daniel Levy would consider stepping aside if it was in the best interest of Tottenham Hotspur. So I think we may get a bit of a surprise at this at the end of the season. I think a takeover, look, personally myself, I think a takeover is happening at Tottenham. I think there is something behind the scenes. If Levy stays or Levy goes, it's not going to please everyone. If he stays and has no power over anything, he's just there as the face for the consortium, then with no power, just there as chairman in name, I think personally for myself, I'd be happy with that because he'll have no power. All the power will with the people that have bought the club. All the football side of it will be controlled by them. And let him do his business side of it. That's fine. All we want is the football side looked after, where we can go out and pay money. Look, we could also spend. I think I read somewhere in January we could spend up to 180 million. Now, a lot of players are expensive at the moment anyway, and doing transfers at the moment is hard because transfer budgets have risen, prices have risen up. So it's very hard to go out and buy decent players, especially in January, to get the players you want. Now, in the summer is a bit different because you've got a lot longer window to play in. You should be starting planning for the summer now, and then as soon as the window open, you look to get the players in before preseason training. So the manager, whoever, if it's Ange or somebody else, can work with them and get them into the philosophy that he wants the team to play and to the position the team plays. I think Daniel Levy has failed the club in so many ways. I think he's failed them in backing managers. I think only 2 managers out of 15 or 16 that have lasted more than 18 months is Harry Redknapp and Pochettino. And that's a shocking indictment of a chairman that every 18 months he sacks a manager because he gets itchy fingers. But if this Qatari does, if this bid and what Martin Law is saying that there could be a phased buyout, then I think there's some light at the end of the tunnel. There's some light at the end of the horizon here. And I think if this is true, and this does come out to play the way it should play, I think the first thing to do is I think they'll buy it, either Levy out or they'll buy a chunk of Enix, which is still, as far as I know, Joe Lewis's shares are in an family investment with 2 lawyers. So I don't know how that would work. Who has the final say on what happens to Joe Lewis's shares? I don't know. I will try to find out, but I would love to know how that would work. But you could get a case of, all right, Daniel, we're going to buy you out. We're going to keep what you've got, and then we'll phase it in that way. But we'll keep you in as chairman only. Just that's it. He has no power. And I think a lot of the board have to. Donna Collin, I was watching me on Tottenham TV as well about it, and I agree with the lads when they say Donna Collin. I think there's a lot of yes men in that boardroom. There's nobody to stand up to Daniel Levy and say, look, I think this is wrong. I think we should be doing this instead of that. And look, everyone runs a business differently. Everyone runs a different how they think is best. They're an investment company, so they're going to want to make the most money out of it. But look, hopefully it's true. As I said, this is the response I got from my source. The person that I trust the most. It says there is some truth in it. And yes, a takeover is complicated. Every takeover is complicated right now. But but even to consider movements at the end of the season. So we are looking at the end of the season, probably over the summer, for something to happen. So look, we'll keep our eye on it. We'll keep our finger to the ear to the ground, see what we can hear. If we get any more news on it, of course, we bring it to you first and fastest, as we always do. But I want to go on now a little bit and talk about this game tomorrow. Of course, it is the Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it is a 4:30 kickoff, of course, at the greatest stadium in the world. It should be called White Hart Lane. And you see 2-1 there. That's my score prediction. I'm going for a 2-1 Spurs win. I said it on Dave's predicted channel thing on his channel, and I'm sticking to that. I think we will win tomorrow. We'll get back to winning ways. We'll beat Ipswich next week. We'll get a bit of momentum going in. We've got players coming back as well. And also we got Europe as well. And I think these next 2 weeks breaks, I think it's done us the world of good. And we could have a great end to the season. So look, let's keep our fingers crossed that it will happen. Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United head to head, the recent statistics. Now, all-time meetings, we've met 203 times in the Premier League. Tottenham have had 56 wins, 51 draws. Manchester United, 96 wins. So Manchester United hold the edge in the fixtures, having won 96 times in 203 clashes. We haven't had the best of results against United. Of course, I know we beat them early in the season. I think we've done the double over Man City as well. We beat Man United in the League Cup, and we also beat Man City in the League Cup. So we sort of own Manchester this season. But of course, the memory goes back to when Man United were 3-0 down and come back to win 5-3 on the Glen Hoddle. So look, United will be dangerous. They're hurting, and they are hurting. And we're hurting. And so I think tomorrow is going to be a very interesting game. It's going to be a very game of two big clubs down in the wrong end of the table fighting to get up that league. And I think we'll have the edge over them. I really do. I think Man United are in a little bit of free fall at the moment. Maybe the FA Cup is probably masking over their season, but I don't think the change of manager has worked. But as Colin keeps telling me, that he's at the start of his journey. Ange's been here now for over nearly 18 months. So, do you know what I mean? It's going to be hard, but I still think we're going to win. Of course, we're going to win. We're Tottenham Hotspur. The key battles for me tomorrow is Mateta's Tail against Dillette. Look, a great goal by Tell against Aston Villa. Worked hard. Look, Mateus Dillette is a very good defender as well. Don't get me wrong. He is a very good defender. But I think he will get one over in him. I think Tell will have the last laugh on that. We've got Bruno Fernandes against Papa Matasar. Bruno Fernandes, for me, is a moaning mini. I'm sorry, Colin. But I think Sarr will win that battle. Now, this is the one for me. Ahmed Dalio versus Jez Spence or Archie Gray. Dalio is a very good player. I like him. I would love him at Tottenham. Jez Spence has done fantastic since he's come into the side as well. And Archie Gray, again, has been absolutely phenomenal. To do what he's done at 18, sorry, to play in the position he's not. He's supposed to be a defensive midfielder, and he's playing as centre back. So for me, that's going. I think out of the three of them, I think out of the three battles there, that Dalio for me, Jed Spence and Archie against, because I think both will play. They are in my predicted lineup. I think that battle against Jed Spence and Archie Gray is going to be really interesting. I think it'd be more Spence because Archie Gray will play in the centre back position with Dyson. But for me, it's going to be really interesting. But I think the other two are interesting, but I think that Dalio versus Jed Spence will be a very good one to watch. So we'll be interested in that. Premier League form, of course, Spurs only one win out of the last 5 games, 4 defeats and then 1 win. 27 points in 14th position. Manchester United have a bit more inconsistency, sort of win, lose. So if you're going by that logic, then it looks like a win tomorrow for Manchester United. But, you know, they've only had 2 defeats out of the last 5, 1 draw and 2 wins. They're in a little bit better form than us. They're in 13th place, but a win tomorrow for us, we go ahead of Man United, which would be the highest of the big clubs in the lower part of the league, which is quite funny. This is my predicted lineup, and I'm so pleased to have Vicario back in goal. I gone with the back 4, Pedro Porro, Archie Gray, Danso and Jed Spence. I've gone with a midfield tree of Papasar, Basuma and Bergville, and then a front tree of Kulu, Tell, and Sonny. So let me know, guys, if you agree with my lineup or not. If you agree with it, I think that's, for me, I think the biggest bonus we can get is Vicario back. And no disrespect to Kingsky. I think he's done fabulous since he's come in. But for me, Vicario, great to have him back. I think that's a team that can do a job tomorrow. I do. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I'm still sticking to that 2-1 win. But we are on tomorrow, guys. We are on tomorrow. We're back on. Just let me get this right. We're on tomorrow at 4 o'clock with a half an hour build up before the game. We're going to go over the lineup, the proper lineup that Tottenham will put out. We'll go over the Man United lineup as well. I'm sure Colin will go over that. We'll do the watch along, and then at 8 o'clock we have final score where you guys, we're going to put the members link. The link for the show will go into the members chat and our WhatsApp group for you guys to come on and have your say on the match. But listen, guys, that is all the dates I have. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow at 4. Come on, you Spurs. On we go. We're going to beat Man United tomorrow. And whatever you do, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And come on, you Spurs.